We are here at the park today because we have a hill run planned, and I always like to get a really good pre-run yoga stretch in before, fire everything up, make sure that we're good to go to prevent injury for the future. And then after the run, I like to do a post-run kind of mobility cool down, if you will, to make sure that I stay nice and open after running hard. So for our pre-run yoga, we will focus on some ankle and hip mobility. We'll focus on opening through our neck and shoulders. That way we can have a really good posture when we're running. We'll make sure that we fire up and warm up our glutes and open up our quads, all those things that we'll be asking of our body to do on the hill repeats, on the flat run. We'll make sure that we're nice and warmed up for it. All right, let's get it started. So really with this pre-run yoga, you can do it with your shoes. I kicked mine off. Start in Tadasana at the top of your mat. I'll turn this way so I'm facing the camera. Feet about your hips width. Charge your legs. Engage your core that connects your lower and your upper half. Shoulders down, chin slightly in so you feel a lot of length on the back of your neck. Now, soften your gaze. You don't have to close your eyes, especially if you're in a public place like at a park like me, but soften your gaze so you start to kind of turn your awareness inward. And take one or two really deep breaths, fully in and fully out. Start to get your mind right. You're here. You're warming up for a run, maybe just a run today, or maybe for a bigger goal at hand. Start to make some neck rolls. So orbit one way, all the way around. A little orbit or big. And then switch directions, go the other way. Bring your head to stillness. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then exhale, roll them down your back. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, roll back. One more time like that. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, back. Now use your arms. Inhale, reach them up. And then exhale back, just as far as you can go. Already starting to open up through your chest. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, circle front and up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders on your back. Take your arms as far back as you can. One more time like that. Inhale, arms go forward and up. Exhale, get your hands as close together behind you. That one can be a little tough. Good. Shake out. 2 feet down. Start to lift your heels off of the ground and then set them back down. So calf raises, warming up through your calves. And whether your feet are in shoes or not, try to spread through your toes. Press down through the balls of your feet to lift your heels. Rock back on your heels. Your toes might even come off the ground when you do that. Starting to warm up through calves, ankles, feet. Good. Now, all 10 toes down, in your shoes or on the ground. Inhale, reach your arms out and reach them up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Swan dive down, fingertips towards the ground. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down, step your left foot back. Keep your left knee lifted. And then inhale, rise up. So you're gonna lunge. Bend your back knee, your left knee a little. Right knee over your right ankle. Take your hands to your hips. Now when you exhale, squeeze your inner thighs in. Bend your left knee so it hovers over the ground. And then inhale, push it down through both feet to straighten your legs. Exhale, inner thighs continue to squeeze in. Bend your left knee. so it hovers or maybe even barely touches the ground. Glute warm-ups, glute activations. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, now just bend towards halfway. Hands still on your hips, some ankle and hip mobility here. Push your hips or lean forward so that your right knee goes slightly over your right ankle, and then bend your left knee, rock back, lean back. So now you're opening up more into your left ankle and calf. So you're shifting forward and back. Doesn't have to be a ton. It's a forward and back. The next time you're forward, just do like a little pulse forward, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ground down through your left heel. Bring both heels in, toes out. So it's kind of funny, you have like a duck stance through your feet. Bend your knees, press them back as you bend, and squat down. Doesn't have to be super low, especially on this first one. And then inhale, stand tall. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, bend your knees, press them back as you bend. Inhale up. One more time like that. Exhale, bend your knees, press them back. Inhale, straight legs, stand tall, turn your toes in, so you have kind of like a pigeon toe, and actually try to over-exaggerate as much as you want so we get an extra stretch through our outer shins and ankles. Hinge from your hips. You don't have to, but you can bring your fingertips to the ground or use your hands at your ankles to fold forward. If you have the mobility in your shoulders, you can get an extra stretch for your shoulders and your chest, which will be nice before the run. Clasp your hands or use a sweat towel behind you, reach your arms up and over. Relax your head. Toes are in. Press down through the outer edges of your feet so you really feel your outer shins and ankles. Wake up. And then inhale, slowly start to stand tall. Take your hands to your hips. As you exhale, turn your toes so they're not pigeon, but they're not out. They're somewhere, like make an H shape with your feet, I guess. We'll do a little gliding hip mobility situation. Bend your left knee and then move into like a lateral lunge, a side squat. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, stand tall. So it's like you're drawing a circle with your hips, bending one knee and then the other. All the way around. One more time this way. And then we'll go the other way. So bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, come all the way up. It's like a sunrise. And then all the way down like a sunset. One more time there. Gliding hips. Focused on warming and waking everything up. Inhale, star pose, straight legs, reach your arms up and lean back a little just to get your chest open. And then exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart center, pivot on your feet. You'll step your left foot front. Now that might be lots of little steps or it might be one straight lunge to bring your left knee up. Kick your left knee in towards your chest, high knee. Get that stretch for your hip flexor. And then from there, you might end up needing to hold on to like a tree or something, but cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Imagine you're taking a seat as you would in chair pose. It's a figure 4 stretch standing. All this stuff is good too. We're starting the single leg balance and it's waking up the stabilizing muscles on our outer right glute. We're stretching through our outer left glute. But essentially when we're running, we're doing a single leg balance continuously, right? It's one foot and then the other. So this is good to start to warm up all the little muscles around our ankles. Stand up and kick your left heel towards your bum. If you can, reach your left hand to the outer edge of your left ankle or foot and help pull your heel towards your bum. If you fall out, just try again. If you're having a hard time reaching for your ankle or your foot, you could use, who knows, maybe like a buff like I have on my hand or a strap if you have one handy or even a towel. And then release your left foot down. Notice how you feel from your left to your right. Just notice. We'll get the other side and then we'll get after the run. How about that? All right, inhale, reach both arms out. Open your chest, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to thighs or the ground. Step your right foot back. I'll turn the other way so you can have a better angle. Right foot back, hands to hips. Inhale, you're in a high lunge stance. Left knee about over left ankle, somewhere around that area is good. You're high on the ball of your right foot. So squeeze your inner thighs in. Press down through both of your feet so much that your legs start to straighten. Take a breath in. And then exhale, rebend your right knee. 2 hips point forward until you're at a hover. Inhale, push down through your feet. Continue to squeeze your inner thighs in to straighten your legs. Exhale, bend back knee to hover. Glute activations, glute warm-ups. Inhale, push down through your feet, straighten your legs. Exhale, hover. Inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, just halfway bend through your back knee. Hands to hips. Start to do a little rock forward and back. You get to decide how far forward and back you go. It's a forward and back, ankle mobility, hip mobility. The next time that you're forward, do a little pulse forward, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean back. Do a little pulse back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. And then exhale, ground down through your right heel, straighten your legs, re-establish yourself. So your heels are in, your toes are out. It's a super duck stance, hands to hips, breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, send them back. If you can lower a little further down this time, go for it, but be kind to yourself. And then squeeze your glutes, charge your legs to stand up. Continuing to warm up through outer glutes, bend your knees, press them back. Inhale, charge your legs to stand up. Let's get that one more time. Exhale, bend. Stay upright through your torso, knees back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, toes in. Like, try to over-exaggerate as much as possible. Can you feel in your body when you do that? You already start to get a stretch through your outer glutes just by pigeoning your toes in. You can take a little step side to side a couple times. It's called a dork walk for obvious reasons, but no shade, no shame. It's all good. Hands to hips, breath in. Exhale, hinge from your hips. You can stay here, even take your hands to your thighs. Try not to push back too much. What I'm asking you to do is keep more weight forward on the balls of your feet and then to the outer edges so you really feel that stretch through your outer ankles. And if it feels good, you might even take your hands to the ground or take your hands to your shins or your ankles. You could, if it felt good last time, or maybe you feel a little more open and ready this time, to clasp your hands behind your back. Maybe change whichever thumb is on top. Reach your arms up and over, relax your head. Breathe. Inhale, slowly stand all the way up, hands back to hips. When you exhale, make your feet more neutral, so like an H shape through your feet. Good. Inhale here. The hip gliders. Exhale, bend your left knee. Bend your right knee, hips through center. Straighten your left leg. Come all the way back up. Do that 2 more times. Gliders. And then switch directions 3 times other way. Starting to open up. I have noticed the more that I take time to warm up and cool down, focusing on stretching and mobility with my runs, the better I feel in my body, the faster I recover from races and even just longer runs and things like that. All right, good. So from here, start to pivot on your feet to face the top of your mat. Your right foot, 1 straight lunge or lots of little steps, comes up. If you fall out, it's okay. And then a high knee, knees to chest, right knee to chest, squeeze in. Remember, running is essentially balancing on one foot for a continuous period of time, or as a PT told me one time, It's like continuously trying to stop yourself from falling. So working on stabilizing a single leg balance is really important for running. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. A figure 4 stretch, butt goes back and down as though you were going to sit in a chair. If you fall out, just come back in. You might need to find a tree or a chair, something to hold on to, that's okay. We're intentionally working the stabilizer through left leg. Stand tall, all the stabilizing muscles. Kick your right heel towards your butt. Bring your right hand to the outer edge of your foot or your ankle and pull your heel towards your outer right glute. Breathe. And then release. Shake out. Let's get a half vinyasa one time just to roll, finish it all out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Open your chest, reach towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Take a breath in and take a breath out. All right, so we're about to get our run on. So get your shoes, make sure that you're set with water, whatever you need, and make sure that you're set with a good mindset, right? Mantra I've been using running lately is, if you can run, then do run. If you can, then do. The thing is if you end up needing to walk, if you're outside on trails and you end up needing to hike instead of run, that's okay. But if you can run, do run. That might even be, hey, I don't have the hour I set out for myself and now I only have 20 minutes. Okay, but can you run for 5 of those minutes? Can you run for 10 of those minutes? Can you run for 12 of those minutes? It's not about getting it perfect. It's not about trying to meet like a goal that you set a long time ago and now your life is different. It's not about trying to compare your run to someone else's run, even my run, right? But can you run? Yes or no? If you can, then do it. Don't get too caught up in the time, in the mileage, all that kind of stuff. It's just, if you can, then do. All right? If you can run, do run. Let's get it. Today's run consists of a warm-up, jog, and 6 hill repeats up this hill, short but steep. And then we'll get on some flat terrain, another mile or 2 or 3 to close it out. Dude, it helps. I love it. Feeling grateful to be able to breathe, to move my body, to push, to recover, to push, to recover. You know, just coming off of being sick and not feeling well, the whole time I was just thinking, man, I appreciate my life so much. All the normal little things in my routine, in training. There's so many days you just get through your chores, the work day. Oh man, I gotta go run for 20, 30 minutes, check it off my list. But when that gets taken away from you, it's like puts into perspective of, I don't have to do any of that. I get to, you know, so I'm feeling grateful for sure.
How many more you have in you?
I got probably 2 more in me. Let's go. So we're done with our run. Good work out there. You got it done. However you did it, however long, it's all good. You did something, and that's good news. So let's cool it down. Let's stretch it out after all of that. Please come to a kneeling position if that feels okay for your ankles and your knees. If this is not okay, sit with your legs crossed on your bum. Soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Heavy breath out. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Option to take your right hand to the left side of your head and lightly press your head into your hand so you intensify the stretch to the left side of your neck. And just breathe naturally. And then release your right hand down, stack your head back upright, left ear to left shoulder. Option to take your left hand to the right side of your head and gently press your head into your fingers, into your hand. Breathe and savor that stretch on the right side of your neck. And then release your left hand down, stack your head back upright. Bring both hands to the side of your head or even behind. Press your head into your hands and tuck your chin in towards your chest. So now you lengthen and stretch out the back of your neck. It's a gentle pressure of your head back into your hands. And then release that pressure, stack your head back upright, squeeze your elbows in, and make a cradle with your hands for the back of your head. Drop your head back, so you stretch the front of your throat. Inhale here. And then exhale, head back upright in between your shoulders, on top of your spine. Relax your hands down. Come into a tabletop position, hands and knees. Inhale into cow pose, arch your back, tilt your head up just like we did right before this. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin in, look in towards your belly button in that direction. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. When you exhale, take your right leg out to your right side. I'll show you from this direction. And start to circle your right knee. Couple of circles, 2 or 3 in one direction, and then 2 or 3 in the opposite direction. Step your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand and circle your hips. 2 or 3 times one way, 2 or 3 times the other way. And then take your right hand to your right thigh. Inhale, start to lift up through your torso, reach your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bend to your right side. So it's a side stretch. You're bending over to your right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way back up. And then exhale, left hand down next to your right foot. From your torso, twist to your right side. I'm twisting away from you. You twist to your right side. Option 2, sink your hips and kick your left heel towards your bum. Right arm up and over. You reach back towards your left foot. Maybe you get your right hand to your left foot. Maybe you don't. If you do, kick your foot into your hand. Puff your chest towards the sky. Maybe even look up, breath in. And then exhale, release both hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your hands a little quarter turn to your left side. Stay right here, or if you can, you want, you could walk your hands forward or drop to your forearms if you have the availability in your body today. We just ran, so it might feel a little tighter than normal, and that's okay. Relax your head. Let your shoulders stay nice and broad. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, like that, deep breath in. Heavy sigh out. Inhale back up. When you exhale, lift off your left knee, heel toe your right foot all the way to the other side of your mat. Angle your right shin in and down underneath you. Right knee is wider than your right hip. Slide your left leg back for pigeon. Now, if pigeon doesn't feel good for you in your body, you can bend your back leg for deer. So you're sitting with your legs like a 45 or a 90. Inhale, puff your chest, square your pelvis towards the top of your mat. And then exhale, option to fold forward a little or a whole lot. Once you're in and down, take 2 full breath cycles, all the way in and all the way out. Giving yourself some body love, some time to stretch out all that hard work you did. Inhale, press yourself back up. When you exhale, step yourself back from plank to down dog. In downward dog, pedal your feet. Let your hips move side to side. And then inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, set your knees down. Relax your hips forward and down. Inhale, grow your chest, grow your heart forward, and look up. Exhale, child's pose, hips to heels. Inhale, tabletop, second side. As you exhale, lift your left leg out to your left side. Make 2 circles, or 3, one way. And then switch directions, go the other way. Step your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Circle your hips. Get the grass off your sock. Switch directions. Push down through your left foot. Use your left hand to your left thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bend to your left side, right arm up and over. Inhale, stretch, reach. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Plant your right hand down. Twist to your left side. And start to let your hips sink forward and down a bit. Kick your right heel towards your bum. And it's okay to stay right here, or maybe if you have the range of motion, reach your left arm up and over. Maybe you get your left hand to your right foot. If you do, kick your foot into your hand. If you don't, just keep reaching back and drawing your heel in. Inhale, press down through your right arm, puff your chest, lift your heart. And then exhale, release your back foot down, both hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your hands a quarter turn to your right side. Breath in. Exhale, stay here. Draw your inner groins back a little bit and bend your elbows ever so slightly if possible. And to go deeper, you might even bring your elbows to the ground. Don't force that, there's no need. Relax your head. And then puff up your upper and mid back with your breath. Inhale, press yourself up. When you exhale, tuck your right toes under, lift off your right knee, heel toe your left foot all the way across to the other side of your mat. Set your left knee down. Make sure your left knee is outside of your left hip. Wiggle or slide your right leg back for pigeon, but remember you can come to deer. That's where you bend your back knee and take your hip to the ground. Inhale, puff your chest, square your hips forward to the top of your mat. And then exhale, fold any amount. Some of you might even lay all the way down. Letting yourself savor this time to stretch and nurture, take care of your body after you just asked it to move, to perform, to exert. Inhale, press yourself up. Exhale, step back to plank. Lift your hips and press them back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees down. Untuck your toes, start to soften your hips. Stretch your heart forward between your biceps. Look up, breath in. Exhale, roll back. Child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Meet me back in hero's pose, Rex pose, wherever you feel comfortable. I want to tell you once again, good job. If you made it to this practice, it means that you did something. You went on a run in some way and you're cooling down. So good job. Good job. Keep it up and happy running.